Hey guys, what's up? It's Shawn Mayo here, and I have had a lot of questions lately about how to optimize big sourcing lists that you may have, or if you subscribe to one of my lists. It may take you weeks even using Tactical Arbitrage as fast as it is. So I thought I'd give you guys some tips on what we're doing to be able to process those lists. And there's a few settings, a few things that you can do inside of Tactical Arbitrage to optimize that, and as far as finding out of stock stuff. And we've kind of talked about it before here and there, but I thought we'd put together one video to show you how we're doing it. And you may have a lot, you may be getting some big lists from suppliers. They're just taking a long time, or you may subscribe to a list from somebody, or possibly even our Amazon top 100,000 products in 23 categories, where we're supplying you daily with, over 2 million different ASINs every day. So, if you do that, we take, and you get the top, you get 25,000 line files, which is the limit in Tactical Arbitrage right now, and it's in all of these categories. And then, of course, we split them up into 4 files, so they're easy to upload into Tactical Arbitrage. And you see you get these files, which you can just download and upload right into Tactical Arbitrage. So, we've had a lot of feedback from people are using that, and so I'm going to show you a few things that we can do. First things would be in the settings, and this really pertains to your items that you're finding that are sold out. So we never remove our sold out products. What we do is go in here to the auto update section. So if you go in your settings to notifications and then auto updates, you can select which which folders you want to update. So as you can see here, we have some out of stock folders, and due to the limitations in Tactical Arbitrage, you can select which ones that you want. Okay, so let's see here. Make sure I don't have a bunch of them selected. I'll deselect all, and then we can just select whatever folders that we want auto-updated. Now, if you look at the question mark right here, you can see that auto-update won't work for over 2,000 products. So 1,500 to 2,000, it's once a day, all the way to 4 times a day if you are doing under 500 products. So I'm going to select 1 and 4 times a day. It'll stay at 4 times a day, as we showed you here, all the way up to 500 products. So, and then usually they'll be grayed out if you can't do them. So what we do is we search for products that, if I want 50% ROI, I'm going to search for products that are 40% ROI, and then I'll have a buffer zone. So it won't show anything under 40, but we'll save everything from between 40 and 50%, and then everything that's out of stock at the source site, at the store like Walmart or Target. And then we move that into one of these out of stock folders, and then the auto updates is going to show us when it's both in stock and at least a 50% ROI. And then, so if we turn this on, and all 4 of the first 4, we have it turned on, set our ROI that we want, and also in stock, and then only alert us when it's both in stock and it meets the search criteria. We're going to get to this. So that means it'll put it in a special folder. It'll send us an email or text message when it hits all of those qualifications. So the next thing that we do is the cache. So you may be running as live only, or, a day or 2 cache. We always suggest either you run live only or you use a cache use the maximum cache. So the maximum right now is a 5-day cache. So if you want it to be considerably faster, if you're going to search the store and then search at Amazon, it could take a couple seconds or more for each product. But when you're using the cache, it's going to pull that data at about 1/10 of a second or faster. So, I mean, we're talking, 20 times or more products you're going to find in the same amount of time. So what this means is we could be sourcing a 25,000 line file, which is the maximum, in as fast as an hour, compared to, a day or more. So if you want to change your cache or check and see what it's doing, you can just go on the searching tab under settings and then go to cache, and then you're going to see all of your options. It goes from live to 3 hours, all the way up to 5 days. I have mine set on 5 days. I have multiple accounts, so on one account I'm using the cache. The other one, we usually do live searches. Once we do that, we'll just hit save, and then we can go over to our search. And then one other thing before we do that, actually we'll just look at the search and then I'll show you what those saved results will look like. So I always suggest you use the title matching, especially now that Alex has added, such great upgraded image matching. So we're also going to look at title matching. We're going to be import bulk product codes. You just click on upload new file. You should all know how to do this. And then, select your file. This is one of the bulk files that we sell for health and personal care for today. And then you're going to look at your search filters. So we're going to look at the last ones that we ran, and I'll show you some of the things we're doing. So obviously everybody's going to be a little different. I'm looking at current ranks at 100,000. I'm removing third-party sellers from the results, which means third-party sellers adds a source site. So it's not removing products with third-party seller listings on Amazon. It's, the third-party sellers on Walmart or one of those stores. And we keep it pretty clean. $2 minimum profit just to keep any junk that might filter in, and 40% ROI. As I said, I'm looking to get 50%, but I do create that buffer zone because I don't want anything that's like 40.5% to get skipped. We have that buffer zone, and then we just move those into one of those under ROI folders. And then we also want to show Amazon all the out-of-stock results. You always want to do this on every search that you do, no matter if it's a product search or a reverse search. What this is going to do is show products that are actually out of stock, completely out of stock on Amazon, which is normally hidden. So no Amazon, no FBA, no merchant fulfilled sellers. And Amazon usually hides those by default because they don't want to be showing products that have been sold out, and a customer can't buy, obviously. But that's kind of the holy grail of, arbitrage. If you can find somewhere to source it, but it's completely sold out on Amazon, well, you can basically set your own price for that. And then we would just start a search. Okay, so then we're going to go over to our view data. We're going to view the reverse. And actually, I'm going to show you the saved list. And then we're going to look at, these four are always automatically created by Tactical Arbitrage. So we want to look at the fourth one down here. You have the main folder for search, reverse, wholesale, and then the fourth one is the auto update winners. So when we look at auto update winners, these are the products that have automatically been put in here. So all the results that you get from updating your auto updates in the settings are now going to come here. You get a text message if you have it set up. You get an email if you have it set up, and you'll put it here. And we always review those products before we put it in those folders. So we're not just putting things, we see it out of stock, we don't just put it in there. We're going to review it and make sure it's a product we actually want to buy before we do that. So that way, when we see it here, when we get that email, we can just click the link, go to the store, and buy it. Because, if it's a good buy, it's probably always going to be a good buy. But, if it's not a good buy, if it's not a product that matches and all that other criteria we go through, then, we're just either going to delete it or fix it or whatever it is. Make sure, if it's a multi-pack, we make sure all that info is right. So we don't have to spend a lot of time researching it once it does come in stock, because a lot of those out-of-stock products are out of stock most of the time. And, we're going to find products that come in stock, for minutes or hours. And those are the best kind of products to find. So, a good majority of the products we buy are things from this auto update folder and from the out of stock folders, because, those are the best products. It's going to have the least amount of competition. If a store online is only getting 10 or 20 of them at a time, then that's the kind of products that we want to buy. Products that, are usually out of stock. So, I hope this will help you guys out. Any other questions, please shoot me a message. Or you can always book a free 15-minute call. Everybody gets one. And you can just go to book.shawnmayo.com and just select a time, and we'll get in touch with you with all the information to meet up with us. Thanks a lot.